Welcome to the FAQ podcast, frequently asked questions with Fuzzy and Quincy. If you want to subscribe, hit the button right there. Share, comment, tell a friend.
What button they hitting? What button
just
they
the button
hitting?
they see right. Just follow, subscribe. What is you doing?
What's wrong with you,
Why
man?
are you not commenting? Like, yo,
why you not tapped in, man?
I love this free podcast, and they bring all the celebrities and all these people through. Like, please, that's all you got to do.
We come with some fire ass content.
Yes, we do.
We come with some fire ass people.
Yes, we do.
We come with some fire ass questions.
And not playing.
And all you got to do is subscribe.
All you got to do is subscribe. And if you, my man, even in the back, he got up. He didn't even know what was going on.
He already know what it is.
Hold up, man. It's about to be crazy. Yeah, it's about to be crazy. It's the FAQ podcast. Look, today, first of all, we got to talk because I don't know where, I don't know how I met Symba, but I met him. And then we met in real life. It was the internet. Then he started moving around. Then I'm seeing him with Dave Chappelle. And now I'm seeing LeBron. It's like he's everyone's favorite.
Dr. Dre.
No, Dr. Dre. It's
he be out there.
But it seems.
I respect you hang out with black people though.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You got to.
But it seems so effortless the way the maturation of Symba.
The what, nigga? What'd you say?
The maturation.
That ain't even a word.
You gotta break that down.
Maturation?
You gotta break that down.
Oh, okay.
It's like maturing.
Yeah.
There you go. That's something y'all could comment about.
Unjawing.
Yeah, the maturation of Symba. Can we get up for Symba? We got Symba. He's in the building. Symba.
Appreciate y'all, man.
I really.
First off, let me say I'm a fan of the show. You know, I remember when y'all guys was first getting started.
Thank you, bro.
Fuzz was in the studio letting us know what y'all had going on, so it's dope to see where y'all took it.
Yes.
We in here today fired up.
That's love. That's love. Symba, man. Like I say that intro, but it's hard for people to get to where you got to.
Yeah.
And it seems the way you got there was effortless. I mean that. Like we were at the Dave Chappelle show.
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle, we was drinking. I don't know, you wasn't drinking, but we was drinking.
Y'all was lit.
Y'all was lit. We was all lit.
Yeah, it was super lit that night. But Dave Chappelle brings you on stage
to rap.
It's like it seems like people are just attracted, like the right people have been attracted to your movement, bro.
Yeah, I feel like it's to a lot of the greats, to a lot of the icons, I feel like I fit the criteria of what they feel like a rapper should look like today.
And what is that? Explain to our listeners what that is.
I feel like
what's your swag?
I feel like it's a disconnect between a lot of our older peers and my younger peers, right? So I'm somebody that's stuck in the middle. So I understand the perspective of being young and coming up in hip-hop. Hip-hop is a young man's game. You know, it's rooted in youthful things. So I think with the older generation now, they don't necessarily agree with some of the things that's going on in hip-hop today, as far as the streets have kind of became a way to taunt each other, and, you know, it's worked its way into hip-hop. You got a lot of drug rap, a lot of emo rap, and the cool guy has kind of been pushed away. And hip-hop has always been cool. And I think that's what I represent, that a lot of people identify with, and that's what connects a lot of top-tier A-listers to me. And, you know, I'm also just a good person.
You humble with it.
Yeah, but more than being humble, it's like I appreciate it, because it's like, when you coming up, that shit frustrating. So it's like you trying to do everything to get out there, nobody taking you serious, everybody ain't rocking with you. So when you get them actual people who've done it to give you a stamp, it's validation that you're doing the right thing. And I don't never like take that for granted. I don't just go to Dr. Dre house and pull my phone out. I sit there and listen to what he trying to tell me, so I could take that to my studio sessions and apply it, so I could be like him one day.
Yeah, no, I mean,
that's valuable lesson.
Talk about that, Dre. I mean, we know Fuzz you have a kind of relationship with.
I have an okay
Dre.
relationship.
Okay,
he know Dre.
Yeah. Talk about that. Like, you know, how does that happen? What's the connection with you and Dre?
Man, organically, I feel like all these things be happening for me organically. I was at Game Session. Shout out to Game. Just dropped his album too, Drillmatic. Y'all make sure y'all check that out. I was at a Game studio session, and it was a kid in the other room playing beats. And I went to the bathroom, and I heard him playing the beats, and I'm like, damn, this shit kind of hard. I'm in the bathroom, but I'm listening to his beats. So I come out the bathroom, and I go in there. I'm like, man, who beats is these? He like, it's me. So I just start freestyling to him. You know, he like making songs on the voice recorder and just having fun. So it turns out this kid name was Keon. And Keon is Dr. Dre's nephew.
What up, Keon?
Wow.
Mika is his sister.
Yeah. And what's crazy
Shout out to the
is
Millers.
I actually met him a year before that with Neil, but we crossed paths again in game session. So when I was rapping, he was like, man, I gotta take you to see my uncle. I'm like, who your uncle? He was like, Dr. Dre. I'm like, man, hell no. I'm like, oh, everybody knows somebody in LA, so you don't know what's real. So literally like 2 days later, he FaceTimed me with Dre on the group FaceTime. And Dre was like, man, I've been watching your LA Leakers freestyle, like, checked out a few songs, like, I like what you got going on after this Super Bowl.
Which is a big deal for Dre to.
Facts.
Because he's very hard, when I say hard, tough on what is dope and what's not dope.
For sure.
And you don't want to be in that not dope category because it's ether for you.
For sure.
So, yeah, so that's, for Dre to say that, he really meant it and he's really watching.
Nah, for real. Yeah. For real. And just like, I think it was like 2 days after the Super Bowl, Keon had texted me, and he was like, yo, Unc wants you to pull up. And I was like, bet. I was already in the studio working on a song. I just got up and left. I ain't even tell nobody where I was going.
Yeah,
I was like, I'm finna go to the store. I'll be right back. And I just got up and left. And I got there, man, and it was just like, the minute we got in there, it was just magic. We was just going in, making songs. I was learning so much in the moment. I went back the next day. I think I was over there for like a week. Like a week straight, just every day, just learning. And then he had a birthday party. He invited me to his birthday party. And I went over to his birthday party. We was playing archery and everything in the backyard. And he just kind of looked at me and was like, man, you got something special. You know, he was like, it hasn't been someone like you in a long time. Like, you could really bring things back, but you got to want this. You know what I mean? Like, this is something you got to work for. It's not just going to come overnight. So just that conversation alone, it just had me going harder.
Yeah, valuable.
Yeah,
very valuable.
It changed my whole perspective on like how I approach my music.
It's crazy. I mean, another thing I want to talk about, because you had one of these freestyles that kind of stopped the world.
Yeah,
that
two of them.
Yeah, the LA Leakers freestyle.
Yeah,
the one that introduced you to.
Yeah, for sure.
Out of California, right? It like. Talk about that moment. Shout out to Just Incredible. Shout out to Sour Milk.
Shout out to the Leakers.
But that freestyle, like, that was a earth shattering moment.
For sure. It was definitely like I tell people all the time, I'm an angle rapper.
What do you mean by that?
Like, most people just go in and like make songs about their day. Or like what they just doing every day, or what they think is cool, or like how much money they got. I'm always trying to find an angle, right, to make somebody think, feel, smile, laugh, cry, all in one.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm writing, I'm not just writing about what I did today or like what I want to hear. I'm writing from a perspective of what I'm seeing in real life, and how can I break this down in a way to where it don't feel preachy, right? It don't feel like I'm trying to tell people what they doing in life is wrong. It's just real life reality. Like my uncle told on my other uncle, how do he sleep at night? Imagine your blood brother who go takes the stand and telling you why he's wearing your clothes. You get 10 years and this nigga get to go home, and if you do something to him, your family look at you wrong. It's a lot of people in prison that hit me from that line.
Wow.
That was like, bro, I'm currently serving a 10-year sentence because my brother told on me. Like, I'm currently just coming home and I served time for my brother, and I want to do something to him, but that line right there just made me stop. Like,
wow.
So it's always like I'm always trying to find a way to make people feel something, and sometimes it takes me a little longer to get there than others. Like, I take my time. I'm not somebody that just write a verse in 10, 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. You know, some days I write 8 bars for 16 hours. Not saying that I can't write a quick verse.
I seen you in the studio.
It's just like, how do we put this in a way to where you could say so much, but it still be simplistic enough to where people could digest it? Because that'd be the problem with rap. Like, everybody feel like you just preaching to them or trying to tell them what to do, when in all actuality, it's just like, nah, we got to digest this shit in a way to where you could get your point across. Nip did it great. Mm-hmm. You know, Hove did it great. Meek does it great. Lil Baby does it great. Even on down to Lil Durk. You know, he's a melodic rapper, but he still breaks it down in a way to where you can understand his perspective and don't feel like he like preaching at you or nothing. So that's just what it is always finding an angle. And I felt like with the Leakers, my whole angle was to like show people like I'm not just a rapper. You know what I mean? Like I'm a I'm a real strategist when it come to these lyrics. Like, I'm going to touch you from every angle. I'm going to hit you from every angle. I'm not just going to come up here and rap. I watched every LA Leakers freestyle. Everybody try to go up there and be the best rapper. But nobody's shit really was that entertaining.
So you made it entertaining.
Exactly. So I'm going to sit a certain way.
No, you look very like, it's very, I'm calm with it, but I'm.
Yeah. You be talking to both of them?
Yeah. I'm going to be in and out. I'm going to give you certain lyrics right here. I will never let a woman make me feel less of a man because I don't want to buy her a Birkin. That was at a time when I said that, it was the trend going around, if he ain't buying a Birkin, give him back to the streets.
Well, she going back to the streets.
So that's why I said, so send me back to the streets, and I send you back to your mama house. Happy hour, dining, free drinks, and back to your mama couch. That's where it come from, just watching the timeline.
But that's a little bit of your Bay Area.
For sure. That's that ism, that Bay ism for sure.
I don't know what you was about to say, the ism.
Yeah, it's that Bay Area ism for sure.
Does that ever get you in trouble, though? Being hard on them?
Nah, because I feel like it's a way to do it.
How do you do it?
It's being honest. Some people don't understand.
I can't pull that off. I'm sorry. I'm a Scorpio.
Some people don't know the difference between being honest and being rude.
Rude.
Right? So sometimes you could be rude and what you're saying could get, like the honesty in you being rude could get lost in what you're trying to communicate to the person.
Right.
Because all they hearing is the delivery. But if you ever called a girl a bitch and just like she let it slide? Because you could be like, bitch, pass me the water bottle. She'd be like, man, you a badass. You a cool bitch. Can you pass me that water bottle?
Delivery.
You know what I mean? Like, it's how it comes across.
I still can't get that off.
Here. Write it down for us.
I'm taking notes like a motherfucker. Don't get it twisted. I'm taking notes. Hey, bitch, I love you.
See, that was too harsh.
Ah, shit. Too much LA.
You gotta tell him, like, you know what it is? You really like the coldest bitch I ever seen in my life.
Like, let me practice. You's a pretty bitch.
Nah,
still too aggressive.
Too harsh. Too harsh. You gotta say you one of the most prettiest women. I would call you a bitch, but you worth more than, you know what? You the prettiest bitch I ever seen in my life.
You need to open an angle school and not have your first student.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The fuster.
I can't have it. Bitch, I'm hungry. I want some more spaghetti.
It's too harsh.
Yeah.
Still?
Too harsh.
I thought I calmed it down.
No.
Bitch, I love you. I love you, bitch. Bitch.
Yeah, you.
How do you use that?
Bro,
you can't say it.
Fuzz is hard on.
It's that 50-year-old nigga. I can't do it.
It's also that LA in you too.
Bitch. Come
that
here,
LA,
bitch.
You know, y'all got that tough vernacular. That
hey,
LA.
Bitch, wear that sundress right.
See,
that's still too aggressive.
That's very aggressive.
I'm really trying to be cool.
Too aggressive.
You gotta get the play.
I'm sorry, bitch. That ain't it.
As y'all can tell, I left Fuzz out there by himself on this one. I ain't saying no. Go ahead.
It's acting, bro. It's acting.
We gotta give Fuzz some
delivery angle.
Yeah, we gotta
work on my angle.
Get him some media training when it come to the women.
Yes. So we know you from the Bay. What part of the Bay are you from specifically?
So I was born and raised the first half of my life in Berkeley, which is like right next to Oakland.
Right.
And then when I was around 12, 13 years old, we moved out to this suburban town called Antioch. And Antioch is like, it's kind of like the IE out here. It's like
where E40 and them stay out there? No?
Nah, E40 and them from Vallejo.
Vallejo.
So they the other way. They north of the Bay Area. Antioch.
It's very nice out there.
Nah, Vallejo?
No.
Antioch was originally very nice. And what happened was they started allowing Section 8 to come in.
Oh.
So that's why I said it's like the IE, because it was a bunch of different people from Oakland, San Francisco, Berkeley, Richmond, Vallejo, all start coming out there.
Got it.
So you had a lot of parents who kids was in the street, thought they was moving their kids out the hood, but they was making a whole new one by meeting back up into this suburban area. Right? So I was raised out there, and you know, it was like a great thing for me because I got to see both sides of life. My family was in the real estate early. So by them being in the real estate, I used to travel a lot as a kid. So I spent a lot of time in Philly, a lot of time in Vegas, a lot of time on the East Coast. So I was well traveled as a kid to where I got to see things. Then my stepdad did some unfortunate shit, went to jail. We got sued for like $10 million, lost everything.
Damn.
And up until that point, like I never knew what it felt like to be hungry or cold. Right, so it's like it's a line on my new project where I say,
what's the name of the project? Just talk about
results take time.
Hello,
okay.
September 16th.
It's coming out this week.
This week,
yeah,
yes, sir.
Yeah, this week we dropping this week. But it's a line on the project to where I say, I used to give my homies shoes and put clothes on their back until I went broke. Now I'm asking for shit back. You know, and that was like a real thing because I never knew what it felt like to struggle until I was like 15, 16.
Damn,
and
prime of high school.
Yeah, in the middle of it. So that's when I first started asking for shoes and couldn't get them because my family was going through legal trouble and didn't have it at the time. So that's where the humility comes with me. That's where the humbleness comes because I've been on top of the world and lost it all before. So I seen where shit could go up and shit could come down. It could go back up and it could come down. So you can't never base like your personality or who you is or treat people based off your status in life. Like always just remain who you are because you could be the janitor one day or you could be owning the building. You know what I mean? But no matter how you got to get there, it's who you is that's going to keep you sane to get through them situations in your life.
Yeah, man. Talk about it this week. Results take time, man.
Yeah, man.
Talk about this project.
Drama,
bro.
Your boy from Philly. Drama's from Philly.
I mean,
we
we were going to get to the Philly.
Wallow said y'all revoking Drama's Philly pass.
No, listen. Wallow has just been home for a little bit. Okay,
Wallow's living his best life.
I talked to Wallow today.
He's living
my brother Wallow.
That's my dog. No, we can never. Never. We love Drama. So
he was joking.
Yeah,
when
of course,
he said
of
it.
course. No.
Yeah.
So all right. So Drum put this project together with you.
Yeah.
Drum puts together. I mean, he's a Grammy Award winning.
Yeah, of course he does this.
Nah, this was the first one. He said this was the first one he did in studio since Tyler.
Tyler Creator. Yeah, you're right.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we did it like in the studio together. He said this was the first one he done that way since Tyler.
And this is a great stamp. Like, I mean, you already got the stamps, but I'm saying, but this is a great way to roll out with another partnership with Drama.
For sure.
And like, I'm sure, you know, I'm a little older, but you grew up on Drama mixtapes.
Grew up. I told him that.
What's your favorite Drama mixtape?
It's either got to be the Dedication, Trap or Die.
Hard.
A lot of that Gucci shit was fire back in the day.
T.I. had some bangers too that people don't talk about.
But really, majority the Dedication.
I
would say the
Lil
Dedication.
Wayne,
I used to listen to them Dedication tapes like every day going to school. I used to freestyle to the Cannon beat.
But does that feel like full circle? Like, you remember having those moments wearing headphones, going to school, listen to these mixtapes. Now you have a album mixtape presented by Drama. Like,
it's living proof that results take time. Like, a kid who grew up on him was motivated enough to keep working to get his own mixtape with him.
That's dope.
Now, some people will give up. Some people will stop going so they never be able to reach those heights.
Yeah.
So they start thinking it's impossible. A lot of us think we need a certain amount of money or a certain amount of support when all actuality you just need the information to keep going or the validation to keep going. I ain't know shit. Like when I first moved out here, bro, all I could do was rap. I ain't know how to write a hook. I ain't know how to move around.
Wow.
I was going broke buying DJs bottles and drinks in the club, thinking this was going to help my record, not understanding I could spend all the money to get somebody to play it, but the shit got to actually still be good.
Got to be a good record, right?
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So I had to step back and go learn that part, go get around certain people. My boy Phonics, D. Brooks, Hitmaker. Just being around different people and seeing how they would approach records is kind of what taught me how to rap on records and not just rap over a beat.
Yeah.
And that's really like what we did with this project. I got tired of everybody kind of looking at me as freestyle man.
Yeah, because you were out there. Anytime you would jump out there, you were just spitting some new something, like, which is the right thing to do as an MC.
For sure. But you get to certain
I know how to make records.
Exactly. You realize after a while, like, I can't just be freestyle man. Like, of course, people they're gonna love those freestyles forever, but it's like, how do you become a household name? How do you get them to buy a ticket? How do you get them to live with you every day? And that comes with providing a soundtrack to their life or things that they going through. And I had to learn that, you know. My last project, Don't Run From Rap, I had a big record on there, Big Homie with 2 Chainz.
Yeah, man.
And it was doing great, and then the pandemic happened. Right? And we wasn't able to move around. I wasn't able to do shows. I wasn't able to go meet DJs that was supporting my records. Wasn't able to go do podcast interviews like these. So with this project, I was like, okay, what do people love me for? Right? And at the moment, it was freestyles. And then I would go into, okay, like I said, I'm an angle guy, so I'm finding the angle at this point. So it'll take me a month or two. Okay, what do they like about these freestyles, right?
The angles of it, huh?
Yeah. So I would sit there and then I would be like, okay, how do I make a song that feels like this? How do I make a body of work that feels like what people love from these freestyles? And that's exactly what every single song is.
You know which record I wish would have took off, and I thought it was going to take off on the last project?
What's that?
I'm For Real is still my shit.
Oh, we got a new one.
Who produced that?
That feels like that. 30 Rock did that. Shout out to 30 Rock, my dog.
Man, that record slap.
Yeah, no, we got a new one.
You feel like that in that same energy?
It's better.
Better than that?
10 times. It's 10 times better. And it got a nice feature on it.
Wow.
You can speak on it? You can't speak?
West Coast feature.
A good West Coast feature?
One of the kings of the West right now.
Can we guess?
I mean, you know, September 16th.
September,
It's coming out this week.
Couple more days.
Yeah. Wait.
Yeah.
Symba, you said it was like the light bulb went off in your head where it's like, all right, I gotta figure out how to make this because your angle and you went into the studio with those guys, Hitmaker and a couple others.
Yeah.
What was that first moment where you were like, I got it.
Got you.
Got you.
That's like Donnie and Chase be saying, got you.
Yeah.
That's Philly.
I think it was when I seen the reaction of the freestyle. Like when
and people quoting it back or anything?
Yeah, when I seen people reacting, I figured out why people like me. And then it was from there trying to figure out how to make records for that. Right?
Without sounding like a freestyle record.
Without sounding like a freestyle record.
Ladies and gentlemen, FAQ, a lot of the great freestyle rappers make
Terrible
garbage-ass records.
Facts.
And I'm just saying that with all.
Facts.
It's terrible. Like, they're great at jumping on stage.
They make great raps, but it's sometimes you got to turn the rap down to get a better record.
So do you think you had to, not say dummy down, but
no? It's being aware.
Okay.
So is it now, are you using your freestyles moving forward from that situation like as like market research?
Yes. So I know, okay, so for instance, I noticed that a lot of people took heed to the I will never let a woman make me feel less of a man because I don't want to buy her Birkin line, right? So I was going, okay, why do they like that line? And I realized it was people who just that's not gonna settle for what society tells them to do or what Instagram tells them to do.
The cool
thing to do, right? So I would think about, okay, how do those people live? A lot of those people make sacrifices, right? I got a song on there called Sacrifices. A lot of people go through things to where you had them rough days where you just feel like can't nothing going your way. I got a song called Can't Win for Nothing. And the
very relatable.
Very relatable. This for all the nights that we spent trying to come up with the rent. I'm trying to stay legit, but this shit ain't making me rich. Can't win for nothing. Can't win for nothing. Wow. You know what I mean? So just finding those moments of what people love from me and what they react to and creating it in record format.
Rappers, I hope y'all listening.
Yeah.
No, what you're saying is genius. You're putting out freestyles for market research, breaking down the line, going deeper into the line, and like, we're gonna make
this a thing.
Yeah,
that's
crazy. Why it takes me time. Like I have trouble making songs about nothing.
Just to be making a song.
Like some people could just go in there and be like, tan shirt on, black pants, about to fuck a bitch, rap dance, strip club, get a lap dance. Look, I can't do that shit. I feel like I'm doing a disservice to the game. I feel like I gotta say something. If I'm not saying nothing, I don't want to say nothing at all.
Like what you talking about?
Yeah, like what am I saying?
Am I supposed to say something if you were to buy a Birkin bag for a female?
I mean, it depends on the female.
Ooh, word.
It depends on the female. If this somebody that I'm,
really in a relationship,
highly interested in, and I like this person, if it's my child's mom, if it's my mom, you know what I mean? Right. My sister, but just some random girl on Instagram that's in the club with every nigga, like, no, I'm not doing it.
Where does the line of bags, where does it stop at? Coach? Or
I'm not really a bag buyer.
No.
I like that. That's a song.
Bag buyer.
I'm not really a bag buyer.
Yeah. But I bag one.
Exactly. Exactly.
I bag a bitch.
Just give us a cool.
I'm not really like
bag a bitch
with the like basing our friendship or our relationship based off material shit.
But there's a lot of guys out there that do.
Yeah, because they don't know themselves and they don't know what it is they really want from a woman outside of sex.
Wow.
So most men thinking this bag is gonna get them some ass or this trip is gonna get them some ass, when in all actuality it's like females get tired of that shit too. Like they want something real at the end of the day. So with me, it's more so like, if I am gonna buy you a bag, I'm gonna make the decision if that's what I want to do because I got to know you enough.
Not just because it's a fad.
Exactly.
But I'm just trying to figure out what designer does it stop at, like Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Coach.
I think
Or
the
outlet,
Birkin is the highest.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're not going Birkin. I'm not going to.
It's also depending on the type of girl too.
Like Amber Rose.
Cause Amber Rose, you ain't buying Amber Rose no Coach bag.
No.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's
she probably not even getting Gucci or Louis.
Nah, she
Chanel. Up.
Yeah.
She's
Okay.
from Philly. She's from Philly.
Yeah, she
like
want
Chanel.
that Chanel.
We
She
gotta
want
interview
that
her.
Birkin.
Yeah.
She might do the Louis. You know what I
Might
mean?
do a
Just
Louis. She might do an
little
off-white
Louis.
something.
Yeah, a little off-white. Go to
Virgil,
the gym with or something.
Ooh, the
You know?
gym. That nigga said the gym.
Yeah.
That's disrespectful.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
It's rough out here though, and it's it's a lot of like. You gotta think, man. A lot of these motherfuckers is it's a lot of access to money today.
Yeah.
So you can get the kid who was never cool in school. Now he can start a YouTube page about all the shit that's going on in the hood,
and paper it out.
and now he making $60,000 a month.
Yeah.
And he couldn't even talk to this bitch 2-3 months ago, but now he making $60,000 a month. He got the car to take her out.
Yeah.
He got the money to go take her on a trip, and he could get her attention. Now he could buy her attention.
Yeah.
So it's they've made it. Tricks have made it tough for men to be players nowadays.
That's a song. He
He
talks
just-
in
yeah.
song form.
Tricks
You
make
can't
it
even help
tough.
it. You can't
Tricks
even
are
help
for
it.
kids.
Who was your favorite rapper coming up? Because like for you to go that deep in, you've been a student of the game.
You wanna know what's crazy? You wanna know who my favorite rapper is?
And have you met this person?
Yes,
Okay, who was it?
Future.
Oh, Future.
Future's your favorite rapper?
He got some.
And Jay-Z's my second.
Have you met Jay yet?
No.
Cool. He's a cool motherfucker.
It was originally when I was a kid. It was Jay-Z, and then it's
Well, that's understandable.
through my like adolescent years and growing up, it was Future because it was just like everything he say or like I've been through a scenario.
So you were growing up when DS2 came out.
Yeah,
Damn. What year was that?
yeah, like 2014.
Yeah.
2015.
Yeah.
Young motherfucker.
That's why I'm like, yeah,
I
that
already
was.
outside.
Oh,
We've been outside.
yeah.
Like that was like the soundtrack to like keep me going. That was when I first moved to LA, like fresh, like what 21, something like 22, something.
So you were down here first. So you
I was driving down here. So
got it.
the way I ended up moving down here, bro, this was crazy. I met Nip in Atlanta at A3C Fest in 2012.
Wow.
I met Nip. This when cookies first came out, the weed cookies. We had took some cookies to Atlanta, A3C Fest, and my homie, he in the club smoking. So one of my other homies was a big Nip fan. And he was like, bro, Nip keep looking over here. He was like, bro, we should go holler at him. So as we getting ready to go over there, he start walking towards us. He was like, hey, bro, like what y'all smoking? Like that shit smell crazy. It was like, man, some new shit coming, boom. So he was like, let me get something. Like, man, we ain't gonna sell you no weed, you Nip. You know what I mean? You can take this shit. So we smoked with him. He was like, y'all ever be in LA? I straight up lied to him. I'm like, yeah, I live in LA. You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
hilarious.
Like I don't even got a spot in LA or nothing. I'm just driving back and forth at the time because my homie had an apartment out here.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I live in LA. He like, man, as soon as you get back, hit me. So I got back to the Bay Monday. This was on a Monday. I got back to the Bay. I ain't even go to the crib. I got in my car from the airport and drove straight to LA.
Just on Nip word.
Straight to LA. I ain't text him and say I was on the way. I'm coming. Nothing. I got to the Grapevine. I said, bro, I just landed back in LA. You know, let me know when you in the studio again. He was like, we going in tonight.
What?
He was like, send me the address. He had a studio downtown.
Yep.
Had a black Benz. Had a studio downtown. And when you walk into the studio, it was a bunch of books on the wall. There's a bunch of books on the wall. I went in there. We did a song. He gave my cameraman at the time a book. He was like, I'm gonna let you pick any book you want. And the book he picked was the 22 Immutable Laws of Branding.
Ooh. We talked about that with Rance.
Yep. And that book literally, like, us reading that book made me realize I didn't know what the fuck I was doing in music. I didn't know how to sell myself. I didn't know how to package myself or, like, brand myself.
But it changed your life.
Changed my life. Because it made me realize it was a law in there called the law of extension, right? To where you could be doing so much and selling yourself so much to where you really selling yourself short because people don't know what they coming to you for. So that go back to the freestyle. That's why I said that was the first time I knew what people like me for to where I could duplicate it again.
Damn.
You know? So I was coming down here, bro. I was literally coming down here just figuring it out.
So Symba, people don't, like, I have a lot of conversations with Symba, but we don't have these kind of conversations. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really enjoying this conversation.
Sure.
Like me and Q, this is our show, FAQ, but it's like, I know Symba.
For sure.
But this is, I'm like, I want to interview him because I'm like, that's the homie. And
for sure.
You got a great project. So,
This is brilliant, man. I hope young rappers are listening.
You inspire. You got to inspire. Yes.
for
you
sure.
are. I mean, because just even you saying, look, you taking your talent, you knew you had the cookies with you, you in the club, you like, all right, we about to go. Because most dudes, I'm not gonna go over there.
Yeah.
I see him looking, he can come over. Like, no, you went over.
For sure.
And then you took the chance, like, yo, I live in LA.
Yeah.
I'll be there. And then you did a song with him.
Yeah.
Maybe what, 10 days after you met him?
Nah, this was
not even that,
3 days.
Come on, dog.
Met him on a Friday. We was out there the whole weekend. I got back Monday and drove straight out there.
That's crazy. And it's
Like
a 5-hour drive?
Every time I would see him after, he always showed love. Like, he'd be like, what's up, bro? You still doing music? Because the thing was, he went so crazy on the song because I feel like Nip always knew who he was as an artist and as a man. I feel like with me, I knew who I was as a man, but didn't know who I was as an artist yet. So when he did that verse, I spent damn near 2 years trying to match his verse, changing my verse over and over. I kept changing it.
How many times you think you changed that?
Probably like 16 times.
Damn.
And never put it out.
So you still got it,
I still got the verse.
Yeah.
I still got the verse, but it was like I kept changing it because it was something about his verse that I couldn't figure out why mine wasn't feeling that way. And what it was I wasn't being true to self. I was trying to make a better verse than him. I wasn't writing what I feel or writing what I was going through. I was just rapping. He wrote what he was going through.
Damn.
So it was nothing I could do to match the verse until I figured out who I was as an artist.
And you still hold that song still dear to you?
Still got it, yeah.
Yeah.
Still got it.
Right.
I got it on my hard drive.
Damn. All right. So
that's a story, man.
It's
a hell of a story.
So I remember early, I guess it was pandemic.
Yeah.
You put something out there on Instagram, like, yo, it'd be dope if we saw E40 and Too Short do a versus.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Just talk about like those legends and what they mean. And I know they supporting you, but
For
just
sure.
talk about that support and that, coming from the crib.
That's where like having to say something comes from. Cause it's like being from the Bay, like we always looking for game. We always looking for information. We always looking to like come up, you know what I mean? Or get to the next level. And that's what they represent is the game. You know what I mean? Just giving that game. So I grew up on a lot of Short, a lot of 40. I ended up meeting Short at a young age, and I was just fascinated by him. Because it was just like, yeah, like he just had all the girls. It was like,
that's a pretty impressive thing.
Every time you seen Short, it was just a bunch of women around. It was kind of like the ideal person I always wanted to be, right? Because I never grew up wanting to be a gangster. So I had like no interest in just like carrying a gun every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or just being in the streets every day. So when I see Short, he always in an old school, something brand new.
Yeah.
2-3 women with him, out eating. You know what I mean? Doing something cool. So I was like, man, I want to be like that when I get old. Same thing with 40. 40 always was quick off the top of the head. Commaculations. You know what I mean? Like he was quick with the game. You know? Yeah. I'm not above you. I'm not below you. I'm right beside you. You know what I mean? He just always had that game. So I'm like, I got to be slick and witty like that. So they got a big influence over me just being from the Bay.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Did you go to that versus when they did it?
Nah, what's crazy is, so I missed my first flight. I was actually supposed to go. I missed my first flight, and by the time I got there, it was getting ready to start, and the person who was getting me in was already telling me like, "Yo, it's crazy up here right now. Like, hurry up." So I was like, you know what? I hit up Draymond, and Draymond literally
talking about Draymond Green.
Yeah, and Draymond was not too far from the airport, so I went to one of his spots and we watched it at his crib and just was like having fun from there.
That's nice just to call Draymond.
Yeah, it is.
That's my
Draymond,
dog.
He's a cool
Nah,
dude.
man, he's the realest, bro. He's the realest. He was like one of the first people in the league to like really support me.
Really?
Yeah, like Draymond and LeBron just came to my show. At the Roxy.
I saw the picture.
You know,
with
so it's like I don't even think LeBron know who I am without Draymond.
Wow.
Keep it 100, huh?
Yeah, I think, and Draymond never told me if he did that or not, but I know
because they super close.
From the minute I met Draymond, he was just always like an advocate for Symba.
He a real hip hop head too.
Real hip hop head, and he just a real nigga.
Yeah,
he just a real nigga. Like it was an incident at the show, right at the Roxy, to where it was whispers that Bron was coming, but I didn't know if he was coming. So I'm on stage and I'm performing and I can't see or whatever.
They had that corner booth.
Yeah, so after I finished performing, everybody told me LeBron was there.
Damn.
But I got mad because I'm like, why ain't nobody tell me? Because
I thought you knew he was there.
I didn't know.
Yeah,
bro, you know he walked like you was performing. He walked right. I thought he was going backstage.
I did not know.
I thought you couldn't miss this motherfucker.
I did not know. Like
so all that time
you know.
All right, sorry guys. So can you just break down a roll call? And this is us not bragging. This is us celebrating.
Yeah.
Give us people that jumped on stage and some of the people that was in the audience.
Okay.
So we just said Draymond Green and LeBron.
We had Draymond Green. We had LeBron. Tracy Ellis Ross, I think, was up in there.
Okay.
My boy KD. OT Genesis came out.
Nice.
RJ, Mr. LA.
Mm-hmm.
Ty Dolla $ign, 2 Chainz. Like, it was a movie in there. Problem. It was a movie in there. It was a great night, man. And
Jason Cash jumped on stage.
My brother Jason Cash. Yeah, it's my brother right there.
Yeah.
Jason Cash was in there. There was a lot of great people in there. For me, it was a great moment too, because like I said, with the pandemic, I never got to perform.
Yeah, they showed up for
I never got to do anything, so it was a night for me to kind of show everybody, like, you know.
Yeah.
And you stepped it up. You had production. Like I don't want you to keep downplaying the show, because I was like, oh, this was your time to shine. And you did that. You know what I'm saying? I want to commend you on that.
Nah, for sure. But I was saying all that to say, when I didn't know LeBron was there, Draymond called me the next morning. He was like, "This one not your fault, but if it happens again, it's your fault." He said, "This one is on your team, and it's your responsibility to get on your team's ass for somebody not coming up there whispering to you, 'Yo, LeBron here.'"
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was too many people in the building that was a part of the team for them to not say, "Bro, LeBron is here."
Yeah.
Because I would have literally shouted out, "How many of y'all heard my song, The GOAT?" Okay, we got a real life GOAT in here tonight.
You definitely would have did that.
For sure.
And
You know what I mean? He would have came on stage and it would have been a moment.
I thought he was walking, because you was on your last song when he walked out.
Yeah.
And I thought he was walking backstage to jump on stage with you.
Nah.
That's crazy.
Ah, bro.
I didn't even know.
Damn.
So, like, I had hit Bron the next day, and I was like, man, I didn't even know you was there. Appreciate you.
He was there
know,
early,
for
too,
coming. Yeah.
He was there when you jumped on stage.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So your grind here in LA has been what, 10 years? You've been back and forth?
Well, it's been about 8.
Yeah,
It's been about 8, but I was going back and forth
Yeah.
for 2 years because my homie had a spot out here, and then y'all remember Nick Nack?
Yeah.
Producer?
Yeah.
Yeah, Nick, I said y'all remember, like, Nick stopped making music or something. He just be so low key.
Yeah.
But Nick like was producing like These Hoes Ain't Loyal for Chris Brown and like a bunch of stuff with Ty Dolla $ign. So I would drive down here because me and Nick was cool from the Bay. We made a lot of music. So I would drive down here and stay at his spot some days, and that's how I met Chelsea Blythe, who ended up getting me my first deal at Columbia and put me around DJ Moore Mill and everybody over at Interscope. So I was going back and forth for like 2 years, and then one day I was in the studio and I was with my homie Trev Case, and we went to Fish Dish right there on Lankershim and Chandler in North Hollywood, and it's these lofts right next door to them. And I was like, man, if I go in here and get a plot, I'm just about to move. It was just some sporadic shit. And I went in there and I applied, and I was driving back to the Bay like 2 days later. They called me and said I got approved.
Wow. She went to Fish Dish.
And I called my girl. I was like, "Yo, we finna move to LA."
So that was a leap of faith for you.
Yep.
That's dope, man.
Always got to jump. I gotta get my Philly thing off. Philly, we already know we legendary in so many different areas, but you like,
oh my God.
I know you like
that's
that.
a cap.
Philly is
Jesus
legendary
Christ.
though.
Thank you.
Rocky and Will Smith.
Hilarious.
Maybe Kevin Hart.
You got a lot more than that, man.
Yes.
I'm just
How did you connect with, Donnie and Chase from Philly, Star Island?
Shout out to Star Island.
The whole team. Like, you being from the Bay, LA, them being from Philly.
Yeah.
Barely coming outside. Love y'all.
It's crazy too, cause it's like, so I used to live in Philly for a little bit.
What?
I used to live in Philly for like a year and a half.
Where at?
In Ben Salem, which is, I know it's not technically Philly.
It's
on the outskirts, but I used to live in Ben Salem, and I used to record at Batcave.
Yeah, shout out to Rugg.
Ruggs was actually the engineer before Meek took him out of there.
Okay.
But that's how I met Gilly.
So that's how you
Then. That's how I met Gilly.
So what year were you in Ben Salem?
This was like 2013, right before I moved to LA.
You been moving around, huh?
Yeah. I was young as shit.
What made you go out there?
Doing things I ain't had no business doing.
Okay, because I'm like, because
we get it.
Like out Ben Salem.
Yeah.
That's where. All right. Shout out.
They got water ice out there.
They do, but like
Rita's water ice.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
You really know.
So cats go out there, the county. That's one of the towns where they go and get busy at.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like Ben Salem. Like cats don't move to Ben Salem. Like
yeah.
Is that where Blue from?
No, Blue is from like 30, like off of 309.
I thought we talked about it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Shout out to
all right, so you was out there.
Yeah.
Doing
So
your
I was
thing.
living out there, like
What?
literally get up every morning, go to South Street, run around.
That's what that shooting was.
Yeah.
Just doing a lot. Going up to Jersey, I be in Camden, I be in Trenton.
Oh yeah, you was doing
like I was around a lot of stuff.
You was in them mix.
But that's that's what helped me get a little bread to move to LA.
Really?
Yeah, and I got my studio, and then I came back to Cali after a year, and then I had a little bread left from being out there. Bought me a studio, applied for the apartment, moved down here. I got a studio off Sherman Way in Adel, in the Valley.
In the Valley, yeah.
And then I would just like I would rent it out. Like people that wanted to use it, I would rent it out and record there when I wasn't doing nothing. And that's how me and Chos just ended up getting my music good enough to get my first deal.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Man,
so you was at Columbia.
Hustler.
Yeah, he real hustling. I didn't know you was at Columbia.
Yeah.
I didn't know you was in Ben Salem.
I was in Columbia. I signed to Columbia in 2017.
So what happened with that? Like, they just...
So Chos had brought me in. DJ brought me in. Tubby.
Shout out to Tubby.
Brought me in. And what ended up happening was I got signed for a song that I had wrote for somebody else.
Got it.
And it wasn't really like authentically me. It was just me learning songwriting and mimicking somebody. So that's what they wanted me to consistently do. So I made this song called All We Ever Want to Do. They ended up giving me like a small budget to shoot the video. We put the song out. And about 2-3 weeks after that, it was a regime change.
Damn.
Yeah.
So DJ was getting ready to go over to Def Jam. Chelsea was getting ready to go with him. Tubby was leaving.
Yeah.
Tunji, I think, was over there. He was getting ready to leave. So basically I was over there for a few more months, and I just went up there one day. It was just like, hey, man, this ain't working. And they ended up letting me go in like March of 2018. And then from like March to September, I was just grinding like independently, just at the studio, putting out music. I put out an EP. Then I met Cass. I met Cass, and Cass is how I met Donnie and Chase.
Shout out to Cass.
Cass knew Donnie and Chase, and he was hitting them like, yo, I got this kid. Like, I think we should rock with him. So I start going out to Philly, meeting with Donnie and Chase. They come out here.
Yeah.
We just start talking for a few months, and then before you know it, we was going to labels, taking meetings. And it was one day, it was an Ox Corps party at Warner. One thing about me is, like, I always say that the best ability is availability. You know? So it's like I don't never feel too good or like I'm bugging somebody too much to pull up somewhere. So any opportunity that's out there, I feel like I got to take it. So it was an Ox Corps party that Dallas Martin was having at the Warner.
Shout out to Dallas.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Dallas. He was having a aux core party at the Warner Building downtown.
Yeah.
And I walked in there, and everybody was just playing like the same type of shit. I'ma kill you, I'ma smoke you, or I'm getting high, or they singing like rock and roll artists. You know what I mean? So I think I put on this song, and it was real hip hop, and it just stood out. And then he looked at me, he was like, man, he was like, what you doing Monday? And I was like, shit. He was like, we going to New York. So I went to New York, met with Craig and Julie and Kaiser.
Mm-hmm.
I played 2 songs, and Julie stood up and said, welcome to Atlantic Records.
Wow.
Just like that.
Just like that. That's how it went.
Have you That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Have you ever had any moments, I mean, Fuzz, him saying he was hustling and Ben Salem was just like, all right, this dude, you've been outside for a long time, right? Has it been moments that you like, I'm done with this. I'm going to just hustle. I'm going to do whatever I'm going to do to make money because this industry is
like you almost gave up?
Yeah.
Yeah, a few times. I remember this one time I had this song called Fashion Nova, right? It was a song for the girls. It was about girls. This when Fashion Nova first hit the scene.
Yeah, shout out to Fashion Nova. Give us a check.
And one of my homies at the time who was supposed to be helping me pay for the video was like basically about to bail on me last minute. And I don't know what it was. It was just so much going on. I got so frustrated. I just broke down in tears.
Damn. Really?
I was mad because I just kept feeling like it wasn't sad tears. It was angry tears because I just kept feeling like no matter how much I keep going, I just keep hitting a block. Like shit won't go right. Like I pay a publicist, and then you think about paying a publicist goddamn $2,000 a month, this shit gonna get you moving. You know,
be out there.
And then you 3 months in because they need a 3-month guarantee, so you gotta pay them that. So now you with this publicist for 3 months. Shit ain't taking off the way you wanted to take off. Then you wondering if you should keep paying this person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you stuck. You don't know if that's what you should do. Your bills is due. Motherfucking tired and pop. Studio rent due. And I found out I got a baby on the way. So you get through all this shit where it's just like, man, you know what? Fuck this shit. I gotta go get some money. But it's like, you'll get that mentality, and then 2 days later, you are now receiving a call from Royce Montgomery. That's one of my best friends. Nigga been going to jail his whole life.
Damn.
You know what I mean? You get a call from my other partner, Zeus. He down. You know what I mean? Get a call from my other homie, Jay. He down. So it's like, damn, I could either go take this risk and try to do something, or I could just really believe in this shit. You know? And it take a little delusion. It take a little delusion to believe in yourself because you got to see shit that's not there or where you don't know where it's coming from. But the key to it is just staying in it because you don't know how it's going to happen. Like I remember Fat Joe said this shit. I always tell this story. Like you see movies like The Revenant, right? Where this motherfucker then got beat by a bear, lost in the snow, can't walk, no food, no water, stuck. Legs broke in a lake, right? And then all of a sudden, this nigga just float to the other side of the pool, and the sun just beam off his chain, and a helicopter see him, and they just come save this nigga. You know what I mean? But he stayed in it.
Yeah.
He stayed alive.
Didn't give up.
He didn't give up. Yeah. And I think that's the key to it is never giving up, but also applying things. You can't be like sensitive to failure or sensitive to like criticism because people telling you shit and you could take that as if like they being assholes, but they really giving you some advice. Like somebody I talk about on Results Take Time, Stat Quo. I used to feel like Stat Quo was always hating on me, and I would feel that way because he would always tear me down in front of the building. He wouldn't pull me to the side and say, hey, you doing this, and that wrong. Let me show you how to get it right. He would always just tear me down in front of everybody, and it'd make me feel like, damn, this nigga got a personal problem with me. But he was really just trying to give me advice in his way of what happened to him.
Yeah, because he was an artist.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it took me some time to understand that. But at first, I used to hate him.
You used to take it personal.
I used to take it personal because of the way he would do it. And I'm young at the time, not understanding, but it was his delivery. Like we talked about earlier, his delivery and him not, like you can't just tear somebody down and not tell them how to, or give them a way to get back up, or let them know something to get back up. Like, I feel like that's just wrong as us as black men in general. I feel like there's something wrong with our community in general. It's like we ain't always got to tear a motherfucker down. Now, if we is, help him get it right, or give him some advice to get it right. You know what I mean? You ain't got to get a nigga no money or sign him, but give him some information.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Give him a contact to a marketing person or somebody that can help with it. Don't just brutally beat a nigga down and then expect him to just figure it out.
Yeah.
And that's how I used to always feel he was approaching me until I got older and just realized, like, nah, bro was just really telling me kind of what happened to him and how I won't have to go down that path.
This is a great game because I think a lot of people just see the Symba now, right?
Yeah.
They see
see
LeBron.
Yeah.
They see
it's
the
a lot
2
that went
Chainz,
into
right?
it.
It's like they see the DJ Drama project and they don't see this. And I think a lot of times people see where you at now and they want to jump to that without hearing, going through what you went through.
Right.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
why I named the project Results Take Time.
Yeah.
Because it's like the phone make everybody think they could skip steps and
Cheat code.
and cheat life.
Yeah.
The phone just can make anybody famous, but it's like you still, like, they be talking about TikTok all the time. Make some shit for TikTok or make dance for TikTok. It's like, look what happens to them.
Short.
Look what happens to them.
Microwave.
You the hottest motherfucker in the world, and in 90 days, nobody cares.
Yeah.
And you're not playing that game.
Last year, we was screaming, she's a runner, she's a track star. Where is he?
Damn.
And that's no offense to him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it wasn't no foundation laid. And I'm somebody that's like, I'm trying to be here. I'm not trying to just be a trend. So I'm not here to make something for TikTok. I'm here to make something so the world could feel something and identify with something and feel something real. And if it happens to go on TikTok, cool. But guess what? I know how to do it again. Yeah. It ain't just gonna go up on TikTok and then I'm trying to repeat the same dance a different way and reverse it this way to get it to work for this song. Now it's just like good luck. You know what I mean? So it's just like laying that foundation. I feel like you gotta go through those moments. You gotta get beat up.
Yeah.
You gotta go through tough times and tough criticism. You gotta know what you won't do to figure out what you will.
Speaking of we talked about the freestyles, LA Leakers freestyle.
Crazy.
You had Game went up there and freestyle.
Yeah.
And he mentioned, I felt like it was a jab at you.
Yeah.
Do you feel like, because I listened to him I'm like, whoa. Did I hear that right?
Yeah.
And I'm almost like, that's my homie, kind of like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How did you take that as an MC? It was a play off the word Symba.
It was
playful.
It was I didn't take it no type of way because I know him and we have a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I did want to respond.
I'm surprised you
didn't. I
didn't.
want to go up there and say something, and I'm gonna tell you why I didn't.
Symba, if you're not watching this on YouTube, FAQ podcast, he's going through his phone right now. Ladies and
iPhone
gentlemen.
13 Max.
Yeah.
What's that name say?
That's Brother Dre.
Dr. Dre. I talked to Dre about it, and one thing Dre said was like, you got too much going on and don't let, what people saying on the internet or like other people that's trying to bring bullshit affect what you got going on. Because it could go further than it need to go. Right? Just on some rapping shit. And that's my big bro. So it's like, I don't have no like gray area to where my response, I was probably going to say too much to make it a thing. And it didn't need to be a thing. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Could have made it bigger than what it was.
Yeah, that's big homie. You know what I mean? And then I would have been playing. But it's like at the same time, I don't want to be going back and forth. You know what I mean? We making a bunch of songs and everything. So it's just like, you know what?
Yeah.
I took it as like really just like a jet. I called him when I seen it.
You called Game?
Yeah. I called him when I seen it. I was like, I'm going to get your ass back. Right? I told her, like, I'm going to get you back. But then when I thought about it and I talked to Dre about it, it was like, nah, because it could turn into something to where it's out of our hands and the people can make it look like something is really not when it's really a friendly competition.
Listen, I think I overanalyze it maybe because I'm maybe too inside baseball with it, meaning like he saw one of your highlights was LA Leaker freestyle. Yeah. He's doing the LA Leaker freestyle.
Yeah, for sure.
And you was with Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
So I felt like, it's like
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why when I talked to Dre about it, it was like, man, let the people think.
But what happened if Dre put the battery in your back? You think you would have went?
I'd have went.
Yeah.
You would have had to.
I'd have went. But it wasn't.
It wasn't that serious.
It wasn't that serious.
Okay,
I learned a lot from Chuck. We worked together a lot. You know what I mean? Like, we talk all the time. I was actually supposed to be at his album release party, but I had something to do in D.C.
Yeah.
But I didn't take it like personal or took it no type of way. We do that in the studio all the time. It just makes it tough when it's in the public.
Got it.
And then you got everybody hitting you like, oh, what you gonna say? What you gonna do?
I know they was
what you
on
gonna? Oh, you can't run now. Think you had the best LA Lakers verse? He on your ass. Ooh. So it makes it tough. You know what I mean? But it's like,
and Chuck a good dude.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But any other situation, like if it wasn't Chuck or somebody that I got respect for, you know, I'd have tore their head off.
And y'all was just at the show a couple months ago. He brought you out and
it's love.
He sure did.
It's all love. Like, he always give me advice. Like, he's somebody that tell me all the time, like, don't do what I did. You know what I mean? Don't be the controversial person. Like, walk your path. Be who you are.
He
you
probably
know?
really looking at
like I call him all the time for advice. Hey, big bro, how I do this, or what does this mean? He always give me the game.
Dope.
Pull up on me at the studio, I'm gonna break it down for you.
Dope.
He always give me the game. So
that's big homie. That's what the big homie's supposed to do.
So I can't just go up there and just like spaz on the big homie like that unless it was really meant to be that intentional. And it wasn't. It was just a layup of him just really throwing my name out there for me to kind of go up and do my own thing. So I ain't take it personal at all.
That's good.
You said earlier your family was in the real estate when you were younger, moving around. Is that something that you were like, all right, now that you up?
Yeah, that's actually my goal. And I'm not up. I'm working on getting up. You know, we comfortable.
On your way up.
Yeah.
On your way up. Yeah,
we trying to get up. But one of my dreams is to build my own city. I want to buy enough land to where I could put my own grocery stores, have our own farming, have our own piping, have our own housing developments, have our own schools. One of my best friends back there, all he talk about is making a school. I got another friend that's created a curriculum. You know, I got a friend that's a farming person that's like literally got an avocado farm, an apple farm, all type of things. So I see all these relationships, like if I could centralize them in one area, we could all keep money circulating through our community. So like one of my dreams is to buy a big enough amount of land to have my own city to where we got everything we need right then and there, and we ain't gotta leave, but just to go enjoy ourselves.
Yeah. Symba, is that a family nickname or a rapper name?
It's both. My family nickname is Nunu.
Nunu.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
That's my.
You call him Nunu?
Nah, he don't call me that.
That's a family nickname, like
that's
Fuzzy.
My family. Yeah, that's my family nickname. And Nunu always used to watch The Lion King when I was a kid, right? So my older cousins would start calling me Lil Symba as a kid.
Wow.
So we would play football, throw it up, tackle, all these different shits. I'd take all that, Lil Symba, there you go. So when I started rapping, I started off as Lil Symba. Then I was Young Symba. Then it was just Symba. So that's where it come from.
Nice.
So you just took it, just ran with it.
Just ran with it.
What was the first rapper you remember?
Oh, that's a great question.
Rapping. Like, this is my first song.
Ain't no game like that South Berkeley game. This is my first rapping. I'm doing my thing. Got my man JB and my hype man Dame telling the West Side story. But this ain't game. It's the DEMARIO. I'm fucking with it. Doing this shit. This shit gotta go dumb. And please no rum. I quit jacking off in 6th grade because that shit wasn't fun. Switch the flow shit. That was my first rap.
What?
That was my first rap.
Oh, that's great. Have you
That's crazy you still remember.
I'm trying to think, like, who else is from, like, Lil B? Fuzz knows
Legend.
this. You know, I have a song with Lil B.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Like, I have a song. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, you do.
Like, would you ever collaborate with, like, is it somebody from the Bay that you, from a legendary status that you would want to?
Man, everybody. I feel like somebody I would like to work with right now is her.
Hell yeah.
Amazing.
Kaylani.
Hell
Dope.
yeah. You picked some pretty ones, man.
Yeah. Me and Larry June been talking about doing
Larry
some
June.
shit.
I fuck with
Me and
Larry June.
LaRussell been putting some great ideas out there. Me and Rex Life Rise, we got a great relationship. Carlos Santana. Me and 40 work a lot. I actually got a song I'm about to send short tonight. Like I'm somebody, bro, that's like I want to work with everybody because I feel like I'll think enough to make this a good song. Like I could take an idea and I have somebody redo the beat for 2 months till we get the right idea. You know what I mean? So even like my boy Offset Jim, he going up right now. Like we've been talking about putting together like a small EP or something. So like I'm willing to work with whoever want to work with me.
Yeah, that's dope. I heard this song when I was in the Bay. That's one thing. Shout out to KMEL.
Yeah.
KMEL, yeah.
Dog, I get off the plane. I turn on the radio. I heard like a couple of like bass songs.
Yeah.
Like right away. You don't hear that in every city.
Yeah.
Like some cities just sound like the same joint. It was just one joint. He was like, I'm doing bad, but I'm doing good. Oh, forget.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about? That joint go hard.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. The Bay one of them places.
Once you hear it, you know.
Yeah, they support like they own. You know what I mean? It's just tough for a lot of us to get out of that circumference. You know what I mean? Because we overshadowed by y'all motherfuckers.
What, L.A.?
Yeah.
La Leezy?
Yeah.
Come on, man. We all...
Everybody think California is Los Angeles when you're not from California.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
L.A., we have it all sound, too, so we...
For sure. But I don't just think that's a L.A. or a Bay thing. I think that's us being niggas, as always, and just can't agree on some shit. Sound. I think that's a West Coast thing in general. I think when you on the West, from George Clinton to a lot of people, our shit is rooted in funk.
Definitely.
So when you hear them heavy funk bass lines, them doom 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 dooms, doom doom doom, that's funk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That speed, that movement, that bounce, that rhythm, that's funk. And I think we argue over the sound just because, you know, ego and pride and everything get in the way. But in all actuality, it's a California sound and whole.
Yeah.
That shit go all the way up to Reno. You feel me? The Thomas and Sac and all that. You know, it's a West Coast thing in general.
Yeah. Well, this week we don't have, the wait is over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Results
take time.
Results take time.
Rap album of the year.
Listen, shout out to DJ Drama.
He got some features on there that he can't share yet, but
a couple days.
Well, you just peep it out. I think I kind of understand where you probably got some of these features, but I'm happy for you. I ain't mad at you.
You almost caught me. I was about to say one. I had to just catch it. I had to catch it.
You about to say it?
Just it's special, man. We got some special stuff on there, man. Shout out to everybody. This project was a lot of fun to make, just even from a production standpoint.
Yeah.
I want everybody to really pay attention to this production because it was like, I remember like standing on the speaker back in December at the trap.
Yeah.
And I was just going bad on everybody, like, stop playing me trap beats. Everybody keep playing these fucking trap beats, right?
I didn't want that sound.
I didn't want it because I love trap beats. It's just, as a West Coast accent and how we float over music, trap beats aren't always our tempo. It's not our strong point.
It's popular in the club and all, we get it, but
that ain't necessarily what's for us. So with this, it would be times to where I would find dope trap beats, right? And be like, okay, strip everything. Just give me these drums. And I would take the drums to like my homie Duke or Kaz or Chats or Jay the Great, and they'd play something different over the drums. And then I'd take that back into the room, rap over that, and then we take that to this, my homie Guitar Boy that'll come through and he start adding all kind of things. So it's a lot of big production and cohesive production on this.
So you see
project.
the elevation from the last project to this project, for sure.
And working with Dre taught me a lot too, because it taught me how to act out my lyrics. So before, I would go in there and I would just rap. I woke up this morning with all these thoughts in my head, jumped out the bed and stubbed my tone edge. When I got in with Dre, now it's, I woke up this morning with all these thoughts in my head, jumped out the bed and stuck my tone edge. It's acting it out now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
He gonna double up them vocals too.
I can't wait, dog. Can you? I mean, can we hear a little bit?
For sure.
I mean, I know it come out in a couple days.
For sure,
but
I got something for you. For sure.
Right. Listen, he's a student of the game. I liked you already. I really liked you when we was with the Dave Chappelle. We was having a really good time.
Yeah, shout out Chappelle too. Man.
That was a legendary night.
Yes,
funny night.
Oh, it was so great. It was
great night.
It was great. But now I'm starting to see
the artist side of
your
it,
mind, how your mind work, bro.
It's all the angles.
Yeah,
you just can't say bitch. You got to say.
I knew he's gonna do that.
Hey,
I knew he was gonna do that.
There you go, Fuzz. There you go. You got it.
How you gotta say it?
You got it. There you go,
I miss you, bitch. I like that.
Yo, listen.
I'm gonna try that. Hey, Ricky, I miss you, bitch. I'm gonna try it. It's going.
You please don't just go in hot. Don't go in hot. You can't go in like you wanted to just say the word. Yeah. Anyway, look, results take time. Symba, we appreciate you coming by the FAQ podcast, bro. Like
Thank you, fam.
You
ready.
Go back. If you're an artist, go back. If you're building
for
just
sure
any career, go back and listen to this interview. Because there's so many things that you said that are like life lessons that a lot of people may miss.
Yeah, inspire people, man.
So,
for
appreciate
sure.
you, bro.
But that's the beauty of y'all platform. You know, I always talk about we need more black media. You know what I mean? To balance out these type of conversations.
Yeah.
A lot of up and coming artists like myself, we gotta have a hit record to go on certain platforms and for people to be able to know us. So by, you guys providing the platform that y'all provide, it helps somebody like me get my message out.
Man, we got your
more.
back,
So,
man. You know that.
You feel me? It's always love for y'all, and I appreciate y'all just being a staple in this culture as well.
No, all love, man. FAQ podcast,
Yes,
frequently asked questions with Fuzzy and Quincy. Hey, if you want to subscribe, hit the button. Button's right there. If you want to buy a city and build it up, follow Symba. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna have game on his new album. Game as in like. Just
Game.
G-A-M-E.
Right. And
Me
Game
and Game got some great records coming too, though.
Cool.
All right, so it's coming.
It's coming. It's all love. We'll see y'all next time.